Howdy folks, and welcome to another episode of Groovy Geeky. Now I must apologise, like I said I was going to be doing more episodes and I kind of haven't. I've been working on other projects and doing lots of other stuff, and I do feel like I've kind of neglected this channel, but don't worry, there are more on the way. I've got a couple that are in works at the moment, so hey! And well, this is the usual, like twice a year it seems to be, review of Hyper Japan, the Japanese cultural festival that takes place in London every July and I think November. So this is the summer 2019 one, and it was really good. Like, I had a good time, I had fun. The food and drink was obviously lovely. A bit expensive, but you don't get it often, so the rarity of the food over here, at least, because I live in bloody home counties Aylesbury, so yeah, the rarity kind of balances with the price. I guess you can argue it that way, but well, it's an experience, and it was a fun experience. And there are 3 issues of Neo floating around, you know, the sort of Japanese anime and video gamey magazine stuff. I used to read it when it first came out, but then kind of stopped. So it's nice to get a free issue. Be interesting to flick through. Speaking about stuff I finally got some Godzilla figures, like the anime King Ghidorah vinyl, which, yeah, is so cool. Lots of people don't like the anime films. I really enjoyed the third one, and I really liked the design of Ghidorah. I think the figure looks like a weird cross between a dog toy and a sex toy, but I'm sure I can get some like cool displays with it. If not, then I've just listed 2 other uses it can have. I also got the King of the Monsters Ghidorah vinyl, and a few other Godzilla figures, some manga books, and there was lots and lots of Godzilla stuff on sale. There was a massive Godzilla figure for £150 that I really wanted, and if it's there next time, if I ever see it again, I'm going to buy it because it looks so cool, and I regret not buying it, even though it would be a bastard to carry home. So yeah, I got Godzilla stuff finally, which is what I've wanted from the past 3 Hyper Japans that I went to and never found. Well, I did get a Game Boy game of Godzilla. So, but, you know, what else was there? There was the Nintendo store that was actually allowing gameplay of, like, Pokemon Sword and Shield, but the queue was always massive for that, so I never... Well, I could have done it at the start of each day because I was one of the first people in on each 3 days, but I didn't. With the Pokemon games, I like to play them and experience them when they come out, so I can get, because it's an RPG, you want to do the whole thing, and if you play just a demo, you're just like, oh, I want to keep playing for hours and hours and hours. There was a Dragon Ball Super stand, which like you could play Dragon Ball Fighter Z, and they had displays of all the figures, like the SH Figure Arts, Dragon Ball figures and all that. So if you like that, that's cool. Simon Furman, the original, well not the original, but the writer for the 80s Transformers comics was there, sort of promoting his new comics. That's cool. Yeah, there was lots and lots of cool stuff. In terms of the acts, there were some really sort of good and interesting acts there. There was a Nintendo stand was there with a Mario Maker competition, where people played levels, and that was fun, and yep, people didn't know how to use the wrong button in Mario, like 2D Mario. Yeah, surprising. There was, God, let me zoom into the brochure that I've opened up so I can read it. Mitsuhiro Arita, who is a 3D and 2D artist. He does like concept art and that, but most famously he designed a lot of the Pokemon cards, and he basically gave a talk about his design process and how he became an artist, and that was really cool. There was Miura Aime. I think that's it. Aime. Yeah. He is a visual kei artist and singer, and he is like bursting with charisma. While it wasn't my kind of music, he was fun and interesting to watch on stage, and I quite enjoyed his show. The Necronomidal were there. They were really like... I don't like idol music, but as a singer, musician, performer, whatever, I do like to see what other people do, and so they were really interesting to watch as well. There was a band, or well, duo, called Kuniken, who were really, really good. They play rock music like with shamisen, and it's basically sounded like Dynasty Warriors music, so I was just happy with that. The best band though were Aijin Kai. They were really good. They sound an awful lot like modern Gary Newman, but they have cool robot masks and stuff, and dance and do all kinds of stuff. They're really, really good. I'd recommend checking them out. Aijin Kai, good band. And what else? Well, there was the first episode of All Out, which is a rugby-based anime, which was alright. It's a bit generic, though there were tech issues on the first day when they were screening it. In the theatre section at the back, there was a really, really cool film, Love and Peace, which I saw the first half, but then left to go and check out the music that was on the main stage. I forget who it was at the time, but I want to see the rest of that film because it was really, really good, really funny, really bizarre. There was the cosplay was really good there, and it was the whole atmosphere was generally quite positive, and it was fun. And I started every morning with a cocktail because I wanted to get to the food areas before, they got really busy and you had to wait 2 hours to get served. So, having a 9 AM risky cocktail, always great. So yeah, that has been my summer at Hyper Japan. It's been fun, and I'm really looking forward to the winter one, and hope it doesn't clash with the Steve Hillage gig in Aylesbury, because I've already got ticket for that, and there's no way I'm going to miss Steve Hillage. Christ. So yeah, I'll catch you next time, folks, for some more groovy, geeky action. Well, I suppose I could get like the Saturday afternoon and Sunday tickets. That would work. So yeah, I'll catch you next time for some more groovy, geeky action. The next video, I mentioned Steve Hillage, I'm going to spoiler. The next video is going to be about space rock, one of my favourite music genres. And I'll catch you next time. I think I've said this already. Well, it can show you how unscripted these videos can sometimes be. Bye!